Wow, super chats to start off the show. We ain't even did anything.
That's a good way to start.
That's a great way to start. Hey, I'm going to take the full blame for being late this morning. I want to make sure that the broadcast looks good. We're having some internet connectivity issues, which Rashad and I have our own opinions about why we may be having that. So, Rashad, let's go ahead and start off the show how we need to. Step to the side a little bit. Unfortunately, I took too long in getting live, and you guys can't really see it. But I already posted it on Twitter, and I'm going to let Rashad talk about his experience and get here. If you really want to see the Kansas City Chiefs takeover, which is in full effect, I already posted something on Twitter at it was about 10:40 a.m., and the line was so far, like gates open at 11, obviously. So this whole street was covered up until about like people were standing right here. People could not get by to get here, and Rashad had to struggle to get. He needed security to get over here. But it's no surprise that the Kansas City Chiefs are well represented here today. What did you see coming up to the stadium?
Yeah, the walk-up is always very interesting. You know, I like to take my time, get the vibes, you know, and it's been a while since I've seen this kind of takeover from the Kansas City Chiefs from an opposing team. There's a lot of Chiefs fans here, obviously, you know, rightfully so, defending Super Bowl champs. You know what I mean? So they got a lot of bandwagon. I'm gonna call it like it is.
Hey, you think Carolina blitz a wave at us? I don't want to yell because I want to yell in your ear, right?
There's a lot of bandwagon Chiefs fans here. I guarantee you half these Chiefs fans couldn't tell you who the starting quarterback was prior to Patrick Mahomes. And I call that it's not any disrespect to the fans here or the organization. It was just facts. You know, like you go out there, the energy, because they don't have the team over there. We here, I think we take it a little for granted.
Yeah.
Because it's here every week.
Right.
So we're just like, it's the Panthers are playing, and we're not very good. So, you know, we're not going to go to the game. But those guys out in Germany, they were happy to see the Panthers, and now we're back here in Charlotte. And the energy should be up a little bit here. Like, we're on a little winning streak. I'm not, you know, we'll talk about the game. But the energy should be up here. You know what I mean? So right now, I would say if I had to put a percentage on it, I'm going to say
heavy.
I'm going to say
heavy.
Yes, 65-35. Is that the math? Is that mathing? Yeah, I'm going to go 65-35 Chiefs fans here. We're going to get overtaken here in the bank. It's going to be a lot of screaming for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Hey, maybe there's a lot of people that went to Germany that are getting their money back today from selling their tickets, because it's pretty good. Hey, we got a great show lined up for you guys as always. Since we're late, we're going to jump into it, but I got a few things that I got to get through first before we get deep into the show. One is, you notice me and Rashad can hear each other. We're not screaming, and if the band goes by, we don't have to stop. And that's because we were able to get enough money to get these headsets. So thank you all very much. There's GoFundMe. It's still going alive because we need one more piece of equipment that we don't have. I got a way to work around it for now, but we got one more piece of equipment. So for those that have contributed, thank you very much. And for those that can contribute, there's a link in the description for you to do that. I think we need about $500 more to finish getting that. And so
if you would allow me,
go for it.
Please support this. Listen, this setup is great. Was there anybody else out there in Germany going live like you? I don't think there was. I'll answer that question. There wasn't. So listen, he's a man of the people. You know what I mean? So support this channel. It's a good product, very good equipment. Let's keep it going. So support the channel and support Chris and what he does. It's really good stuff.
Thank you, Rashad, very much for that. And another thing, today is the salute to service. So our photographer, he has 2 children that are in the Navy, and I have a son that's in the Marines. I don't think you have any. Do you have any military affiliation?
Yes, my dad is retired Army, so I have a bunch of my uncles and aunts are all former Army. So I always, you know what I mean, I'm a military brat. So
okay.
It's always salute to service. Appreciate everybody's service. You all took the risk that I was not willing to. I was too chicken to do it. So I appreciate you. I greatly do, because I wasn't man enough to do it. So
there's
or woman enough.
There's a picture of my son. I told him I'd give him a shout out this morning. He is the guy in the middle. This was about 4 or 5 years ago. Time flies. And where do they do that in South Carolina? But anyway, he's a Marine. Love you, bud. Congratulations on your service. And he's considering re-enlisting and continuing on. So
it's a great option. You know what I mean? It wasn't for me.
It wasn't for me
it's a great option for those that are, especially in these times, it's tough out here, man. So,
oh, yeah.
Hey, if you got to do what you got to do, go on the list. It's a great thing to do. Do service for your country, man. We greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, so again, be sure to like, subscribe, tell a friend about the channel. That's another easy way to help us continue to grow. Please do that. And today, Kansas City Chiefs, as Rashad mentioned, lots of fans here today. Not surprising, not only are they Super Bowl champions, but they are back-to-back Super Bowl champions. Got a polarizing player in Patrick Mahomes who's phenomenal. So shouts out to the Chiefs. But let us know what your predictions are for today's game. We want to hear from you, all right? What do you think today's outcome is going to be? If you want to say win or loss, that's fine. If you want to give us a score prediction, that's fine. Earlier this week, Rashad got pulled into giving a score prediction, which I don't like to do. But it was, hey, for a super chat, they said give us the prediction. So I said, all right, let's do it. So my score prediction was Kansas City 24, Carolina 17.
Okay, I respect that. I respect that. I respect that.
You want to give one at the top, or you want to wait a little bit?
I'll hold off. I'm still thinking about it. I'm still processing.
All right, yeah. And, as I was preparing for the show today, I said, man, do I want to adjust that? Because there's some things that the Chiefs do well. Yeah. There's some things that the Carolina Panthers don't do well, but we're going to get into that. But if you guys want to give us your predictions, let me know. And we have a back-to-back winning streak.
We do.
Carolina Panthers. First time that we've done this in many, many years. So today we're going for our third win in a row, something that would be phenomenal if we're able to get it, regardless of who the opponent would be. I like to play a little bit of trivia. Mm-hmm. The last time we won 3 games in a row?
Oh, man, see, I don't know this one. You got me.
You want to take a wild guess at it?
Man, do I got to go back to 2015? Too far?
You don't have to go back that far.
Okay, not that far.
You want to go?
How about 2017?
His team won yesterday. His team in college had a big victory yesterday. It was Matt Rule.
Okay.
Back in the 20.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Matt Rule.
Okay.
And look, once I tell you, it's probably going to come and let you really clearly. You're going to remember. It was the start of the 2021 season. We came out. We won 3 games in a row to start off the season.
Wow.
And everybody was like, okay. Yeah. I know I was feeling good. All right, Matt Rule maybe finally got this together. Then we went to Dallas, and we got a wake-up call.
I do remember.
I knew you'd remember once I gave you a little bit more context to it.
I remember. I do remember. I try to forget those days. I try to put – and I'll do respect to Matt Rule, man. He's a great college coach. Yeah. I never take that away from him. Just wasn't a good fit here. So I try to put those memories away. So that's why I deliberately did not know the answer to your question. That was by design, okay? You should.
And that, again, hats off to him. He had a good game yesterday. They upset, I forget who they upset. Was it Alabama maybe?
No, Alabama. No, they lost to lost to Oklahoma.
Yeah.
I watched that game.
I'm not a big college guy, so I don't know. But I know he had a big victory yesterday. And I want to plug before that. I got one more thing that I want to plug, and then I'm going to get into the show with Rashad here. You guys asked for it, so I got back to doing my one-on-one interviews. Started this week. I thought it was a great interview. A lot of transparency from Jordan Matthews. I'm going to play a clip. You should be able to hear this, Rashad, as well. But if you haven't checked it out, here's a little clip from it that I hope you guys enjoy, and then consider checking this out.
This team's really close.
Mm-hmm.
This team's really close. There's a lot of things that have happened that could have fractured a locker room.
Mm-hmm.
Especially one that has had so much change inside and outside of it.
Yeah.
But the team's extremely close.
Yeah.
Guys are going out to practice excited. We turn the music up at practice. People aren't off to themselves doing their own thing. They're dancing, they're rapping, they're kicking it with each other.
So there you have my interview with Jordan Matthews. And he was talking about the team being close and reflecting on the fact that they're close in spite of, and he didn't. I like that he didn't hold any punches like the Bryce Young thing. Obviously, everybody knows that Bryce was benched. Bryce is back. That going back and forth, and through all that, the team has remained close. So check that out if you haven't had a chance to. I'll continue to do these interviews. Next up, you guys have asked for Eddie Pinheiro.
Nice.
Yeah. So
the greatest kicker of all time, right?
The current active great kicker.
No, the greatest kicker of all time. Just say it.
The current active great kicker, but we got some perspective to that. Justin Tucker has kicked about, I don't know how many more times kicks than
I
Eddie
mentioned
had.
that on my show too, and people were like trying to call me out for putting the context behind it. These are the facts. Like he had like 600 some kicks.
Yeah.
Eddie Pinero's like 100 and something.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Let's come on. Let's not do that. And love Eddie though. Eddie's money.
Yeah, Eddie's money. And let's go ahead and I'm going to jump ahead a little bit. Eddie has a chance today to move into third place all time for the Carolina Panthers for extra points. just one more kick today. I think that ties him. I forget exactly. Either ties him or puts him to third place. He's currently Joey Slides in third place. And even going with that context, that'll put him in third place historically for the Carolina Panthers. You like how we're going to be able to hear each other when they go by, right?
We're good, yeah. Ban what? I don't even hear it.
He's let's say he's around 150-ish. I forget exactly, right? Eddie Pinheiro is. Graham Gano's like around 300 and something, and then John Casey's real far ahead of that. Yeah. So even within our own team, he's doing good, but he's far away from the bigger guys there. So Rashad's giving a little wave out. All right. So we'd like to start the week with a look back at everything. I'm going to hand this to you just to make sure that you can hear, because I know it's going to be a little loud. But we're going to take a look back, play some interviews, and then we're going to talk about some of these things that have happened. And we're going to start with, on the defensive side, this defense has been playing better. That's been one of the reasons we've been able to go to this 2-game winning streak. Again, perspective. We've been playing better against New Orleans Saints. We've also been playing better against the New York Giants. Two teams, well, I think the Saints are 4-7. I think the Giants are now 2-8. Right, so not the best teams, but nevertheless, this defense has been playing better. And J.C. Horn commented on that fact of the team playing better. Let's see if I got it right here.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think one is just getting players back healthy. DJ is an impact player, so whenever you don't got guys like that out there, or when you do have them out there, and make the game a little easier. And then just playing together. Them first couple weeks, or first 6-7 weeks, it was a new starting lineup. I think damn near every game. So just playing, getting reps together, it builds your confidence, it builds morale, and it helps the whole defense.
So there you have J.C. Horn talking about this team playing better. Part of that being the chemistry, duration of that they've been playing together, also getting some key pieces back like DJ Wonnum, et cetera. Comments and thoughts on this defense playing better?
Yeah, I think he hit it right on the head, man. Getting DJ Wonnum back to this defense, it was very important. It's a guy that we all wanted to see. This guy didn't get a baby contract. He got paid pretty well, and we were all critical of Dan Morgan for bringing him in and us not being able to see that work pay off. And it's good to get DJ Wonnum back. Let's see if he can kind of duplicate that performance. But because he was dominant in Germany, he was dominant. Yeah. And if he continues to play like that, it frees up guys like Clowney to play free. And I don't know if we're going to get Amari Barno back, but these guys are going to be able to kind of tee off and play a lot better. And so that's a key aspect to this defense is the pass rush, and it's improved vastly having DJ Wonnum back. So I think that's a large part to why this defense is playing much better.
Speaking of Clowney spoke on that fact as well.
I just feel like it's still rising. Like you said, we're getting pieces back, getting healthy. The young guys starting to figure the game out as far as slowing the game down. How they out there, it's helping, and communication level getting better. So us communicating has been a lot better. So we've been on the same page and not busting a lot of assignments. So as throughout the season, it's been growing. So we're at a place right now where we feel comfortable and more confident that we have the communication we've had over the last few games and what we've been playing. So that confidence is going to continue to carry over through this game.
So there, Clowney. I want to sit down and talk with Clowney, honestly.
Yeah, you should. Good luck.
Why you say that?
He doesn't seem like a man of few words.
But you know what I like about Clowney? He doesn't seem like he holds any punches about what he's thinking.
Yeah.
And I think that he doesn't have to say many words. He just gives me that good content. But Clowney there saying that for him, it's also been great having Wonnum come back because now he has another guy on the other side that could help get him some push and slide and get to the quarterback. He hasn't gotten to the quarterback yet, but the defense playing better has been good. Also, the turnovers have been something that's been really important for this team to keep it going. And here's some perspective, right, to this team playing better. In Germany, we won. We won in overtime. We couldn't pull it out in regulation. We had to go into overtime to win that game. It was an exciting game. I'm happy about the win. But I think we had about 3 turnovers in that game in order to be able to get to that point, which was I think it was Clowney batted the ball, which Xavier Woods got. Yep. Josie Jewell was able to get an interception, and that was miraculous in the way that he got that interception. He kind of basically took that from the guy. Yeah. And then it was a punch-out in overtime, which, again, Josie Jewell recovered. And that gave us the opportunity for Eddie Pinheiro to come and kick the field goal, which his celebration caused his injury, which has had him be he was not practicing all week because of that celebration. So putting things into perspective, it still takes a lot of help from our defense. We're going to have that help today, certainly, going against a guy like Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes last played us, I think it was in 21 as well?
Yeah, it was the Matt Rule. We played him pretty tough. I remember that game.
Yeah.
That was Teddy Bridgewater as a starter, Christian McCaffrey. We fought him hard. It was in Kansas City, too. I remember that game vividly. It was similar to this, right?
Yeah.
We didn't stand a chance, and we went in there and played them tough and couldn't pull it out. But great game, though. Just really quick, going back to your point, and talking about, what you described with the defense and what we needed to do. We needed those 3 turnovers. You know what that's called? That's called complementary football.
Yeah,
and that's something we haven't seen around these parts in a long time. So, yes, Bryce is going to need some help, right? And that's called team football. And that's what we've been missing around here. We're going to need that sometimes. And sometimes there's going to be instances where Bryce Young can carry the football, hopefully. Ideally, that'd be great to see the offense kind of put the team on their backs. It's all give and take. So we need that. We need all sides of the football to play together to win as a team. It can't be one side, the defense, because guess what? The Chiefs got a good defense too.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Nobody says anything when Patrick Mahomes needs the help. But if Bryce Young needs the help, he's a bust. Am I lying?
Well, Bryce Young has needed a lot of help in so many places, so that's what kind of goes towards the thoughts of him being a bust, because when he's had games where he throws more interceptions than
fair.
He's
getting better, though.
He's getting better.
But we got to keep it a buck, though. Patrick Mahomes, over this past couple, they're undefeated. But it's been largely due in part to that defense. Their defense is really, really good and has carried them to some of these victories. So let's keep it a buck.
We're gonna do that. So let me do this. I would be so bad if I didn't go to this. You guys are stepping up to help with the super chats, and I flipped through that a little bit, which can happen on a live broadcast when you're out here. So let me go ahead and play the sound effect for the super chat. Thank you all very much. Again, there's a link in the description for those that are able to go and support our GoFundMe that we have and try to reach our goal. Let's touch on these really quick. Mark Burks with the super chat here. Y'all show this man some love every single week. He is doing it. Yes, Mark Burks, I am. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for tuning in. And thank you so much for the super chat that'll go towards helping us get the rest of the equipment that we need out here. And T. Green, gas is on me, Chris. Appreciate it. $20.
Nice.
That does put a few gallons in the tank, so I appreciate
that. Go to
that.
Circle K, man. They got like half off. You know what I mean?
Hey,
you seen that?
I seen it.
A couple cents off.
I seen it for sure, yeah. So thank you very much, T. Green. $20. Gas is on me. And then we got another super chat here. $2 from Big D. No Kool-Aid sipping. What's up, 3 stacks? That's your guy. Hey,
shout out to Big D, man.
Hey, wherever the love comes from, we appreciate it very much. I'm going to make a slight adjustment here, and we're going to continue to work through the list of everything that we got going on. And, we still see a bunch of – should I –
panic. Go ahead and panic.
You think
go ahead and panic. Go ahead and do it.
I don't want to do it and then lose, so we're going to go ahead and
do it.
Show you guys some of the Chiefs action going on right here. And let's see if I can get all the way down there. Come on, come into focus. There we go. So here's a live look at all the action going on. Lots of red.
Yeah, lots of red.
Yeah, so we gotta come out and do something early on so that we can have a chance. You back on your spot, boss?
Yes.
So I can line us back up here. Let's see. We'll go right there. Lots of red. Red is my favorite color.
It's not mine.
All right, appreciate the super chat there from Big D. All right, let's continue to work through these comments here. Hopefully I won't lose my spot. All right, so we had a chance to go through the super chats here. Give me a second, you guys. Got too many screens open as usual. All right, so that was defensive talk. Let's go ahead and switch over to the offensive side. You were just talking about Bryce Young, so this will be a chance for us to talk about Bryce a little bit more here. What I know that I have been seeing from Bryce is a Bryce is smiling a lot more.
Yes, he is.
And I can't help but think that, let's say Bryce is halfway there, I think that positivity will continue to help him make some progress and be a better player. You can't tell me that there's no player out on this field that doesn't play better when their confidence is up from whatever they were previously. So let me go ahead and play this clip from Bryce, and then we'll get into talking about Bryce just a little bit more.
Yeah, I think it's just been maybe a little bit more expressive. I enjoy things in my own way. I know, how things look can vary from the outside in, but I've always enjoyed the game. I've always loved the game. I've always had fun playing. Yeah, maybe it's been more expressive the last couple of weeks, but my love for the game's always been there. Yeah, I mean they've been balling. They've been playing super well in all facets of the game. I mean, it's about us right now. It's about this year, and I'm super grateful for them. Again, they work super hard, communicate. They take a lot of pride in being the unit that they've been all year. Which for any quarterback, when you have a unit like that, I definitely draw a lot of confidence from them.
So I'm going to reverse this. I'm just going to lead his pause for a second.
Yeah.
And look at his. I mean, that's not the best pause, but look at that smile, right? That's not the full-on smile, but I haven't seen Bryce start many replies to the media with a smile that he started right there. And this was in response to that first part was him talking about his dancing that he did and how that went around. And he was like, that was just the moment.
Yeah.
But what we have not seen is those moments happen, period, for Bryce, to see him have any kind of excitement. So I like it.
Yeah. And Bryce Young can't say it, but he kind of mentioned it in his
Finally, right?
But he wasn't having fun those first couple of weeks. He wasn't. We weren't having fun as fans.
No.
So I know if we weren't having fun, you weren't having fun. So now the game is kind of slowing down for him a little bit. He's gotten some more confidence. It hasn't been perfect, but he's now able to, enjoy the game. And when you're having fun and you're playing loose, which I think that's what Bryce Young has been doing, I think he's going to be better. And that's what we wanted to see. And that's why I never wanted to see Bryce Young bench, but it worked. I can't argue with the results. Everything worked out, and so I'm happy for him. Let's continue to stack these games.
We got to stop for a split second.
Uh-oh.
We got to stop for a split second.
Wow, Big Stu.
Yeah, big. Hey,
who?
Jonathan
What's
Stewart.
up, bro?
What's up with
What's
y'all,
going on,
man?
man?
How you doing, man? Good to see you. Good to see
seeing
you.
y'all brothers out here. Y'all stay warm.
We stay warm.
Yeah.
You going inside?
Huh?
Oh yeah, you got to go inside. You got to do the broadcast.
Yeah, we're gonna be inside.
Appreciate you
but,
looking good, man. Keep doing them push-ups.
Got it today.
You just got it today?
I think the Chiefs got it.
The Chiefs got it today.
Yeah,
Okay.
They got it today.
You got a score prediction?
No, I'm just joking. Dog.
I'm about to say, bro, what kind of
Chiefs ain't
energy?
got
I'm about to
nothing.
say, bro, what kind of energy is that,
Is
man?
this live?
It is
It
live.
is live.
The Chiefs ain't got nothing. Bryce Young,
Yeah.
he gonna play today.
He cooking. We
He
were just
gonna
talking
cook-
about
He
Bryce.
gonna cook today. As long as we protect, we gonna cook.
Do we need some complimentary football today?
Yeah, we're gonna have to do it on defense too now.
Okay.
Yeah.
You already know what time it is.
Okay.
They got good run defense. So we're going to have to make sure we commit to the run, but the expectations is that Bryce is going to make some plays today.
2 more seconds. Jonathan Brooks.
Jonathan Brooks, man, look, don't force it. Ease him into the game. Just make sure that, he comes out with confidence.
Okay. Hey, see you inside, man.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, bro.
Keep pounding.
All right, keep pounding. So dope. That's dope, bro.
Rashad was about to have a fit.
Nah, bro, that's because I was like, who is that? I had to turn around and caught me off guard.
No, I'm talking about when he mentioned that.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Chiefs got it.
Yeah, I was like, bro, what are we talking about, man? He's just good. Good joke, bro. He's cool, man. Jay Stu is a real good dude, man.
Jay Stu is definitely a cool dude. His wife, Natalie, shouts out to the whole Stewart family, as they are a bunch of good people over there at the Stewart. He's got to head in and do his radio show that he does with the Panthers. So I think we got another super chat, and we're going to get back to the Bryce Young comments that we had going there, but I don't want to miss this super chat. Looks like my man Big D came by one more time saying, Shad, this could be a surprise win. Love the collaboration, fellas. Yeah, I call him my special guest, but I might have to give him the co-host title because what is it, year 3? Maybe 4.
Yeah, 3 years.
Definitely 3 years. Definitely 3 years that he's been by and always able to be on time and enjoy working with this guy and definitely enjoy the collaboration that we did in Germany. That was still incredible, that experience in Germany.
Great time.
But going back to Bryce, let's talk about Bryce being comfortable here. We're going to play a clip from Bryce. And I feel like we're not peeling the layers back yet, but I feel like the whole winning cures everything. The winning has allowed Bryce to pull it back just a little bit. because he's actually starting to reveal some things?
I think I'm just feeling more comfortable in the offense, in the system. I'm grateful to have, to have time and to have reps in the system. I'm grateful for all those, and those are compiling. Again, the credit goes to my teammates and coaches. Again, they're I have a great group around me. They're doing a lot of really good things as well. And just for me personally, just again being able to get reps, being able to have opportunities to to fill out the offense, I definitely feel more confident in that.
So there was Bryce talking about feeling more comfortable. And Rashad, let me tell you this, confession.
Uh-oh.
I got here early,
set
up everything, because, again, we don't have our camera operator today. And I said, you know what, I think somebody might walk by. So let me get a mic just in case somebody's walking by. I could bring them in so that you guys could hear him. Because with the headsets, I know you guys couldn't hear him greatly. But Mario Addison's in town because of the car show. So those that don't know, Mario loves cars, man, and he had a little bit of money to get his thing started. So he's traveling the world now, showing off his cars. He got some really nice vehicles. So he's in town today. I think right now he's at the Charlotte Convention Center, and they're doing like a meet and greet kind of thing, right? So I was thinking, like, maybe he'll walk by some other guys. And there you go, Jonathan Stewart walks by.
Big surprise.
And I don't have the mic. And I feel like I could have got him another minute if I had a mic for him.
You probably could have had we probably could have had him as the third co-host, and he would have finished the show out.
Right. But nevertheless, I'll have it together for next time. But I like the fact that, man, is it because we're playing the Chiefs, we're getting spam galore in the comments today.
Spam is a good thing.
Spam is a good thing.
Yeah, it means people are watching.
People are watching. But, that was Bryce talking about feeling more comfortable. And that goes to something that Rashad had alluded to. He wasn't a fan of the benching, but it feels like that was a good benefit. And I think we all can agree at this point, like, yeah, that was a benefit because we're definitely seeing a different Bryce. And this Carolina Panthers team now is going to have – I knew that was going to come there. I could see in the reflection that they were about to do something. Yeah. But I think with Bryce now it's decision-making time, not like today, but the rest of the season, right? Yeah. Bryce Young, if Dave Canales, after today's game, says that he's going to wait and see, and he has to look at the tape, I hope that somebody throws something from the media at him to say, like, stop it, just cut it out.
Yeah.
Cut it out. Like, this guy deserved it after Germany for sure. And he made the decision, I guess, a little bit earlier in the week than he did previously. But to me, unless it's like a 48-0 kind of game out here today, he needs to absolutely say, Bryce is the guy. Give him that confidence, and we know, hey, let's go ahead and use the rest of the season to truly evaluate, are we going to ride with Bryce from here on out, or are we going to try to do something in the draft and get somebody else? But that's my take on it. He's definitely said that he feels more comfortable watching Andy Dalton. That was a good thing for him to see that and see that, hey, this offense does work. And, again, going back to check out the Jordan Matthews interview, because I like one thing that he mentioned. He said, I asked him about Coach Canales and his observation of him. And he said, you know what I like about him? That he has a plan. He knows what he's doing. And he's the same guy. He said plenty of coaches would have had 1 loss, 2 loss, things start mounting up, and they just kind of go into panic and just start trying anything. But he's like, he sees that Dave knows what he's doing. And that steady hand, I think, is starting to be I posted in the video earlier today, like, Dave's building – could Dave be building the culture that we need? And I just love the way that Jordan talked about Dave and what he's building. And I feel like Bryce is kind of seeing that and feeling that. I'm going to throw it to you.
Yeah, so I think that goes back to even with the benching, right? We as fans may not agree with things. Even when you talk about naming him as a starter every week in and week out. I hate the fact that he doesn't do it. But why do we question it? It's working, right? It appears to be working, right?
Yeah.
And so it's one of those things where you have to let Canales run the ship the way he runs it. Until it gives us reason not to and his methods are not working, then we don't have any reason to complain about it. And so I'm the type of guy, I'm a wait-and-see type guy. Let's see how things work out. And as of right now, Canales is doing a good job. He's building this thing right. Everything, even though we may not see in the short term, in the medium term, things seem to be working out with the benching of Bryce, with the week-to-week non-committing to Bryce. All of it seems to be working, right? We just got to be patient, and that's just what it is. And unfortunately, as fans, that's one thing we lack is patience. But that's just what it is. We got to let it play out. And I'm hopeful that Canales is the guy. We don't have any more firings, and we keep Canales for the next 6 to 7, 8, 10, 20 years.
Did you have any theories about why he's doing the Bryce Young thing?
Maybe it's a motivational thing. I think it's a motivational thing. I think it's he has to meet a certain bar. I think Bryce does every week. Go look at the film. Go, because it is hard. If you're watching the game, what is Bryce doing in the technicalities of the game, his footwork, all this stuff? You're not watching all that as the game is going.
No.
You got to go back and assess. And so is he checking these boxes that you set for him every week for you to make the determination? And so maybe he truly is saying, all right, it's a week-to-week thing. Maybe I'm sure they've had those conversations. Hey, Bryce, I'm going to do this in front of the media, right? I'm going to say it's a week-to-week thing. These are the boxes you got to check. We know that as long as you do that, you're the guy. But I have to do this to make sure things are good from a media standpoint. So I don't know. I'm not going to argue with it. I hate it too. I think it's dumb. Like, go ahead and name him the starter for the rest of the year. But then does that allow Bryce Young to be comfortable? And does he stop challenging himself? It's a mental thing, right? I don't know.
Yeah. We could talk forever on that one.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I try my best not to question it, especially after the benching, because it worked. It worked, and so it's hard.
It was needed.
Yeah.
Even if he didn't know, like, hey, I think psychologically I got to do something with Bryce. Even if he didn't know that, or if he did know that, the fact that Bryce was playing so terrible, you had to hit the pause button for that guy. Had to hit the pause button. Now, we got some great stuff to talk about, so I got to do a better job of managing our time. Let's go through a few things real quick on the recent transactions, because I got to talk about these inactives. We placed running back Miles Sanders on injured reserve.
Go ahead, continue.
This is an interactive show. What you got?
I just think it's interesting. It went from a day-to-day thing to now injured reserve. I mean, I'm sure you caught that, right? So I think it's very interesting. I think I'm going to be brutally honest here. I think Miles Sanders is done here in Carolina as long as nothing happens to Jonathan Brooks. I think the page is now officially turned.
Yeah.
And as long as Jonathan Brooks stays healthy and goes out does what we have to do, I think Miles Sanders' time here is over, unfortunately.
Yeah, we'll be careful to say this is not like any celebration or he got hurt. But I think it's a very easy out that he got hurt to say, all right, let's go ahead and put him on IR, which I'm glad that they did. He's out 4 games. It's going to take us to, week 15?
Yeah.
I think that would be. Why on earth would we bring him back at that point if Jonathan Brooks has been anything that we think that he could be? Anything. And Miles has given us so little. But, yes, Miles Sanders has been placed on IR, and he's going to be out at least 4 weeks. We signed wide receiver Devin Tompkins to the active roster, and we also activated wide receiver Dan Chisney. Man, I said that bad, but the name's on the screen by standard elevation. So that could be alarming, right? Why do we sign a wide receiver and activate a wide receiver? So we're going to get to that in just a second. We also activated outside linebacker Kenny Dyson. So those are your recent transactions. And now I don't have time to do this as far as putting this on the screen. Actually, I will. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the screen real quick for the inactives. Anything else you want to say?
I think that I don't know if it's interesting that we signed another wide receiver. I think Devin Tompkins is the guy we talked about a little bit on the show, and his performance in training camp was very solid. So I understand he's a bit of a shifty guy, slot guy, return guy, kind of a gadget knife guy. So it's good to see him get to the active roster. Does have that connection to Dave Canales going back to Tampa. So that's interesting. I don't know too much about the other gentleman, so I can't really say too much about him. I know we're cycling kind of the bottom end of the wide receiver room just to kind of see if we can get some new talent in here. But, yeah, it's going to be very interesting. What?
Wait. Come on, man. I was trying to tell you not to look.
Oh, my goodness.
Come on. Now you ruined it. You almost made it through without taking a peek.
My bad, man.
Now finish what you were saying.
I'm thrown off.
You thrown off?
Yeah. Man. I'm not happy about that.
All right. Let's see if I can pull this up real quick. Oh, let's see. I think I might not hit it. Let's see. So Rashad kind of mistakenly looked at my screen and saw that I was about to pull up this list here, which I think I may have to try one more time to pull up.
Not cool.
What I was alluding to, and Rashad was helping me set up, is the fact that we activated a wide receiver. Whoops, that's the wrong format there. We activated a wide receiver, and we signed a wide receiver. So that's 2 wide receivers. Well, you could speculate when they did that. I wonder if we need some help. So here's the inactive list that has just come out, which Rashad is still getting off the floor from seeing. Wide receiver Jalen Coker, who was, well, he's out. He's not active today. Wide receiver Jalen Coker is not out. Good gracious, I can't talk. Wide receiver Jalen Coker is out today. He was dealing with a quad injury, I believe it was, that had flared up, and he did not practice the other day. Obviously, it's something that is bad enough for him to miss today's game, so we're going to be missing him. Safety Jamie Robinson, cornerback Shamar Bartholomew, outside linebacker Thomas Nkum, outside linebacker DJ Johnson, who's been dealing with that concussion. So that's not too surprising there. He didn't practice the other day. Outside offensive lineman Jared Kingston, defensive tackle Jaden Crumdy. Those are your inactives for today. So immediate thoughts, Rashad. Does this now, again, I put out the score prediction out there, 24-17. We know we need the complementary game, as we talked about. The defense needs to help out. Jalen Coker hasn't been a superstar, but he's certainly been an important piece of that young trio of wide receivers, that trio being Jatavian Sanders, Xavier Legette, and Jalen Coker. He's out today.
Yeah, I was caught off guard by it, and I know he was dealing with an injury, but I didn't think it was serious enough to where he would miss the game. I'm not, again, this sounds crazy, but I don't know if I want to say it, but I'm happy because I don't know if this is going to come out bad because I can't say it a better way. But I'm happy that it's due to injury and not due to anything else, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't. My fear bringing back Adam Thielen was that it would interfere with Jalen Coker's his reps and his targets, and so that's what I was nervous about. And so I'm not. Listen, if he's injured, hopefully he'll get over it and it'll get a little bit better. But yeah, I wasn't expecting that. Honestly, it kind of caught me really off guard that he was going to be inactive. So I was looking forward to see him get out there and continue to develop that. That, like you said, with the trio of Sanders, Legette, and Coker.
Yeah, and that is a good thing. I didn't think about that. I was about to say, man, that score prediction may change. But Adam Thielen coming back is very good for the fact of Coker being out and giving him another pretty good target there. So let's go ahead and continue to run through. Again, I got to do it. I like working with this guy. I get excited and forget to manage our time as we're going through some things. But we got some other stuff to get to once I get all my screens back up. I need 2 screens out here. That's when I'm going to get real fancy, is having 2 screens out here. All right.
Yeah, man, that Coker thing got me messed up. I was completely caught off guard with that. I was not expecting him to be inactive today.
Let's see. Adam Thielen. So, yeah, one of my notes here was talking about Adam Thielen, who will be back today. He said he did experience a few setbacks. Mm-hmm. So that was, again, not good to hear, but sometimes you just wonder about what things really are. Understand when there's coach speak sometimes. There's things that people don't say to try to give a competitive advantage. But Adam Thielen did say that he had a few setbacks, but he's happy to be out here. Adam only needs 18 receiving yards today to continue to move up a list that I'm sure he's proud of. The undrafted free agents doing big things in the NFL. He gets 18 yards today. He will pass Drew Pearson for 4th all-time in receiving yards for receivers that have been undrafted. So that's pretty incredible for him.
I think he'll get that today. No problem.
Well, now that Coker's not out there, for sure. He better get that.
Yeah, plenty of targets.
Let's go ahead and talk about a little bit more about the return of Jonathan Brooks. Now, Xavier Legette said that Brooks actually looks faster than Chuba Hubbard.
Well, Chuba was never a speed demon, so that doesn't surprise me too much.
Yeah.
You watch Jonathan Brooks' film; he's got a nice stride to him, so that doesn't surprise me one bit, actually.
Yeah, and surprise and big shouts out to Jonathan Stewart for stopping by. But Stewart said that he doesn't want them to rush him back. Just go steady as you go. And Canales has been a man that says when guys are coming back from injury, he doesn't want to put them on a pitch count. He wants them to be able to play as much as the game will need them to calls for it. And so today, with Jonathan, I'm going to be excited to see him as you guys will be as well. And then the question is, well, what kind of role are we going to see him in? A few thoughts to come to mind for me is this referred to pony setup that they do, right? 2 backs out there. I'd love to see Chuba as well as Jonathan Brooks out there. And I feel like, excuse me, I'm going to put it on screen here in just a second. This Chiefs defense stops the run really, really well. It's a good defense overall. Carried them to the Super Bowl last year. It's carrying them this year to their, I think, 9-1 record. They've only lost one game. And so if we start to have problems running the ball, because one thing that they do, they limit, again, I'm going to put the stat up here in just a second, though they have allowed more than 60 rushing yards overall in the game, they have not allowed 60 yards to the running back in the game. No one all season has had 60 yards as a running back against this team. And that's been even cases where that running back has had more than 10 carries. You know, they hadn't had to abandon the run. They'll keep trying to run the ball, which you think Dave Canales may do. So it's very realistic today that Chuba Hubbard could have a setback, if you will. He might not be the same Chuba that you see. And if that happens, you're going to have to find other creative ways to get the ball down the field. That pony setup, having Brooks and Chuba in the backfield could work as well. And also based off Leggett saying how fast Jonathan has looked, maybe you can do some motion with him out the backfield, or maybe even having him line up wide. If the guy, I don't know what his hands are like, but I'm assuming they're not bad.
He's got good hands.
Because he was a second-round pick, and we got a guy that had a bad knee, which I still was like, why did we do? But nevertheless, if he has good hands, man, I would love to see some combinations to make the defense think, okay, what are they going to do? I mean, you have that advantage right now, competitive anyway. They don't have any film on Jonathan Brooks.
Yep.
And now if you could put him in a backfield with Chuba, have him come out wide in the slots perhaps and getting some things, use that quickness to get the ball down the field. And you have our defense. J.C. Horn has been playing a great season, hasn't been out, knock on wood. Hope that continues to happen. By the way, he's a guy I'm trying to get on the show on a regular basis.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I think I have a chance.
You want to talk about transparency. I think he's going to give it. He'd be a good one to have.
He's going to give it, but those are my thoughts and what I would like to see happen with Jonathan Brooks.
Yeah, can I jump in? I think because you brought up that 60-yard stat is very interesting. And guess what, Chris? You asked me for a prediction.
Yeah.
I'm going out on a limb here, and I'm going to say Chuba Hubbard is going to be the first running back to get over 60 yards today. I think that the trenches. I think that when you talk about Hunt, Lewis, man, they've been playing so well. The offensive line has, and I think today, they're going to make a statement. You know, Chris Jones, elite, right? Elite. So is Dexter Lawrence last week. You know, the Giants' defense was very good too. Let's not pretend like the Giants' defense wasn't very solid. We were able to dominate on the ground. I don't think that Canales is going to simply fold and say, oh, well, nobody's rushed for 60 yards, so we're just not going to do it. Yeah. No, I think this is going to be a statement game, and I think Chuba Hubbard is going to have over 60 yards rushing today, and it's going to be great.
I gave you
Book it.
Get on your betting apps today
and
book that according to Rashad. Hey, I'm going to fly through some things real quick because, again, I haven't been doing it good. Let's take a look at this NFC South standings right now. Atlanta's up top at 6-5, Tampa 4-6, New Orleans 4-7, our Carolina Panthers 3-7. We've been doing better, but, man, that point differential, just seeing that negative 143.
It's tough.
That's tough. That's tough. But our defense, I'll give you another interesting stat here. Our defense, again, yes, New York Giants, yes, New Orleans Saints. But defensively, we've been stopping people 24 points about, 24 and under,
right.
which is an improvement from the past. So hopefully that'll continue. And let's go ahead and take a look at this offense, and as well as the Chiefs' offense. Chuba's been our bright spot, as we're talking about him a lot right now. We've got 10th in the league right now with 4.6 rushing yards per attempt, and the sacks allowed from that line that Rashad just spoke about. Also, we want to give a little hat tip to Akeem Ekwonu, who's a good run blocker that could help with that run game possibly today. But that's what we look like on the offensive side. And you see on the other side, Kansas City Chiefs, they don't have any stats that blow you away, which is what we talked about, their defense being pretty good. But they have an exceptional quarterback in Patrick Mahomes who can make things happen. But offensively, they're top ranked in third down efficiency, which is something that helps continue to move the ball down the field and helps them have the field goals that could get them some points. Yes, sir.
Yeah, one thing, if you look at that, the rushing yards per game is quite low for the Chiefs. And when they're good, they're really clicking, they're able to run the football, right? And I think with Pacheco coming back, that's something we gotta
Pacheco's out.
Is he officially out today?
I'll double check, but I had him.
If he's out, that's great. I don't wish
Great
injury.
from a game perspective.
Yeah, I don't want to wish
having
injury.
a chance to win.
Look at me, man. I'm terrible with my words. I don't wish injury upon anybody. But if he is not playing, he adds a dynamic to the game that changes the offense completely for the Kansas City Chiefs. And so that's why that number is low, because they can't get the run game going. Kareem Hunt, solid, but he's no Pacheco. Right?
Yeah.
Pacheco completely changes the game. And if he's out, that gives us a better shot.
Yeah. Pacheco is out. Isaiah Pacheco, he got hurt in the second game of the season with a knee or leg injury, and they activated him to return. He's still within that window, but he's not going to be active today. And
My bad, Pacheco. I ain't mean to wish injury upon you like that. I don't like doing that. I don't want to put that juju out there.
Yeah, so Kareem Hunt is their guy who's been respectable coming in there, but he's certainly not a Chuba Hubbard, and we're glad that we do have a Chuba Hubbard that's on our team. Let's look at the defensive side, and we'll start actually with the Chiefs because they're, again, fifth in net yards, third in rushing yards, third in rushing per attempt. That's pretty solid. That's where the Carolina Panthers have been trying to make their way into winning some games here. And let's go ahead and look at points allowed per game, 19.1. That's pretty bad. I'm sorry, that's pretty good for the Chiefs. That's bad for the Panthers. And then for the Carolina Panthers defense, we're getting better a little bit, but we're still, I mean, let's be honest here. We got basically 4 stats, and we're where we lead the league in terms of how bad we are.
Yeah.
Rushing yards, sacks, third down efficiency. I mean, and if you look at if we're the worst in third down efficiency, and they were currently, I'll put this back on the screen really quick, they're first in third down efficiency. Man, that could spell trouble absolutely for you right there. Points allowed per game, we've gotten better, albeit against the Saints and the Giants, but we're 32nd. We're the worst, 31 points. And their offense is 11th at 24 points. So for us to have some success today, the Carolina Panthers to have some success today, there's going to have to be some things that happen for the first time that have not been happening all season.
Yeah, I think that, those rushing stats, they were third in all the rushing stats and defensively. And I think that you can't give up on the run. I think if you can establish the run, that changes things quite well for the Carolina Panthers. Also, their pass rush, they didn't have a lot of sacks, which was interesting. I thought that they would be a little bit better in that area. So I don't want to turn this into some up and down, I don't want Bryce throwing the football 40 times a game, but if it goes that way, I can see why statistically, right? Because again, they can stop the run, not so much against the pass. So it's going to be interesting. I'm excited to see what Canales. This is a true measuring stick to see how we stack up against to one of the elite teams in the league.
Yeah, and we've got a few minutes left, so I want to give you some chance to have some off-schedule conversation. But again, the Carolina Panthers, I just kind of lost what I was about to say, so I'm just going to read.
You did say off-schedule.
I did, and then I forgot what I was going to say. Eddie Pinheiro, he's active. So that was something that I forgot to mention as the Jalen Coker thing caught me by surprise as well. Eddie Pinheiro got hurt celebrating in Germany. Didn't practice all week, but he is active, so we will have Eddie Pinheiro on our side. Always like
the greatest kicker of all time.
The greatest kicker of all time. And Harrison Butker is one of the guys that I like to talk about. Man, we had him. I talked to him. I still remember our conversations about his Twitter handle. But anyway, he's not playing today. I'm not sure how long he's out. He's injured. So
did not know that.
Yeah, Butker is injured, and again, I'm not sure if he's out for the season. I know he's out for some time. So maybe again, as Rashad says, we're not cheering for people being out, but we're just dealing with the facts of them being out. Maybe with Butker being out, that kind of helps us in some kind of way if our defense is stepping up and not converting on those third downs, and they have to kick a field goal. I'll give you one more interesting stat, and then I'll turn it over to you before we get out of here. Did you know? All right, so today we're playing. We got the back-to-back win team, so we're hoping that continues to fuel this Carolina Panthers team. But on the other side, we got 9-1 Kansas City Chiefs, who could be pissed off that they just had their streak broken of going undefeated. Kansas City Chiefs also, I forget the exact number, but they are on the cusp of having a 10-win season, which is something we don't get to enjoy back-to-back here in Carolina. But we have the matchup of that dog annoying you.
No, it's not. It just caught me off guard.
Patrick Mahomes, best record in the past 20 years of a current quarterback. Bryce Young, the worst record in the past 20 years of a quarterback. They're facing each other. What remaining thoughts? What's up, Knucklehead K?
Hey, what's good?
You want to step in here for a second? Nope. But
All right.
Thank you for selling. I'm sorry, I'm yelling in the ear. I forget about this mic. What you want to talk about?
I think this game is very interesting, right? The Panthers can play loose. The pressure is not on us. We're not the team that's supposed to win, right? This is Kansas City Chiefs are supposed to roll us. You had immediately after they lost, you had people posting on Twitter, "Oh, the Chiefs are going to put up 40 on the Panthers because they're playing pissed." Well, let's pump the brakes a little bit. Let's put some respect on the Panthers, okay? And we're feeling disrespected. We got something to play for too. You know what I mean? Like we got some pride to play for. And if we go out there, because there's no pressure on us, if we go out there, play free, right, and we can shock the world today. I'm not calling it, but I do think it's a possibility.
Okay.
We're playing better football defensively, right? We're playing better offensively. We're playing better special teams. We're playing better as an organization. And I feel like we're getting disrespected based off of our past prior play and our history, okay? But I think this is a game we can compete in, and I expect us to compete. I expect a competitive game. I do not think the Chiefs are going to simply come into the Bank of America Stadium and blow us out. It's not happening, especially on the day where we have the throwbacks, okay? You got the throwback logo on the field.
We do.
You got the throwback end zones painted black, okay? There is no way the Chiefs are going to come in here and disrespect the Carolina Panthers on today. I don't see it happening, but I do expect a close, competitive game.
Score prediction?
Man, I'm gonna go 28-24 Chiefs.
28-20. Oh, that's a close game.
It's a close game. I think it's gonna be close. The Chiefs have been playing close. I think they played down to their competition level. So they've been playing close all year, right?
Most of their games, I think, have been one score. I think
score games.
seven out of 9.
Yep, one-score games.
Yeah.
Even against teams like the Raiders, right? They've been all close. So I think it's going to be a close game. I think we're going to have to score a little bit more than we typically do and to stay competitive. But I think the Chiefs do ultimately pull it out. But if they don't, you will want to make sure you tune into my live stream this evening because it's going to be turned up. It's going to be fun. Again, we're playing free. We're having fun. And I think we're going to stay competitive.
I think I got somebody in my ear. The fan, they breaking news. They want to know, what is it? Your section. Will you be
310
standing up?
Yes.
For do not sit. No Chiefs.
Yes. No Chiefs fan. Listen, if we win this game and there are any Chiefs fans in my section, you better be on high alert because there will be some trash talk. Some of which I cannot say on this broadcast.
I heard no filter. If you with your kid, it doesn't matter.
Kids.
Like if it's completely unfiltered.
The kids can get it too. Okay, everybody in my section. 310 is a no-fly zone. Okay, I'm telling y'all right now, it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be fun. If we pull this game out, you want to make sure you tune into my live stream. It's gonna be lit.
One more super chat that we missed from Big D. He said, "I told y'all." I'm not sure what that was about.
I told y'all it's a Dave thing. So it's a Dave.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I told you.
I don't know what that was in reference to, but that's Dave's thing. Salute to Dave.
Hey, appreciate Rashad always taking the time to join and be a part of our pregame show. You said you always do it post-game, right?
Always.
All right, so make sure that you tune in to watch his post-game. Best pictures coming to you live. We got Patrick Snyder already out there on the field working, so if you guys enjoy seeing some photos from the game, those are going to be up on our Twitter. And then after the game, I'll go live from the field, unfortunately without this guy, but I'll go live from the field after the game, about an hour after the game, to give you a recap of this Carolina Panthers and Kansas City Chiefs matchup. Appreciate everybody for watching. Again, those who are able to contribute, do so. The GoFundMe link is in the description. We're just probably about 65% of the way there, so we've got 35% of the way to go to get some more equipment to continue to bring you the quality that you enjoy. Myself with the headset, Rashad with the headset. Thank you so much, Chris Jenkins, Rashad.
Real quick, before you sign off, I got to ask this because they got at me on my stream. Is your Christmas tree up?
Nah.
Okay.
No.
No. You're not in the spirit yet.
No, I do. I make a point to do it like Thanksgiving.
Okay. All right.
I try to do it right before or right after Thanksgiving to put it in. I don't have anything. You got yours up?
Right after Halloween.
No.
Yes, sir. We're early in the game.
Why Halloween?
Right after Halloween. It's going up. We got to get in the spirit.
It's already up.
We're in the spirit. I felt jolly walking down here, man. I'm in the spirit. You got a short week. Everybody has a short week. You got a short week next week. You know what I mean? I got to go to work Monday and Tuesday. After that, I am gone. Okay, and we are checked out. I'm in the holiday spirit. I feel good.
You got some cocoa?
You
got the Starbucks cup down there.
Some coffee, you know what I mean? A little latte, you know what I mean? So, yeah, we're turned up, man. We feeling good. Holiday spirit. I had to ask you that.
Chris, take the tag off the blazer. Oh, down here? You couldn't have saw that.
He did. He caught you in 4K.
Hey, you know what? I got to wear the new jacket. I'm not in the holiday spirit, but I got the new jacket on, some fresh threads. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning. We got a score prediction?
Uh-oh.
Panthers 450. Oh, this is some craziness.
Oh, yeah, wow.
Panther 450 passing yards, 4 TDs. 55.
Oh, no. Oh, no, we're not doing that.
That was a miscellaneous one.
That's crazy.
Hey, appreciate y'all. We out. See you after the game.